Welcome to 5 Ways to Practice Regular Self-Care, even if you think you don't have time. I am Cassandra Hill, a holistic wellness influencer, empowering minority women to achieve physical, emotional, and spiritual wellness. This became my passion after I developed a regimen that put me in remission with systemic lupus. You see, for many years, I neglected my health while climbing up the corporate ladder. Eventually, this neglect nearly cost me my life, and I am determined to ensure other minority women do not suffer with physical, emotional, and spiritual well being. To learn more about the services I offer, go to my website, CassandraRHill.com. And again, I want to welcome you to 5 Ways to Practice Regular Self Care, even if you think you don't have time. Unless you're a hermit locked away in a blackout zone between two mountains, you're probably aware that self care is a web topic that entrepreneurs can't afford to ignore, especially us women. And if you're a business owner, you may be here because you're surprised at your own inability to practice what you preach. It's no secret that many business owners and women in general tend to look out more for others than themselves. If you're still working yourself to the bone, you're paying no more than lip service to the concept of boundaries, a concept you probably teach. By changing your habits enough to invest time in your own self care, you can actually do more for your clients and your followers and do it in a more focused, efficient, and enjoyable manner. Working all the time or feeling guilty whenever you're not working are clear signs that you're on the fast track for burnout. You're like an airplane up at 30,000 feet and flying on its last fumes of fuel. What happens to a plane if it runs out of fuel midair? Disaster. That's what. Same with human beings. We can't fly on empty very long. Soon the joy goes out of our business. We feel like slaves, or worse, we feel as if the harder we work, the more work there is to do. Overwhelm and distraction pile on the stress. Soon we're caught in a squeaky hamster wheel, always running but getting nowhere. Regular self care helps you avoid mental as well as physical exhaustion. You can't be a shining example to your clients, family, community when what you really are actually modeling in the real world is a blatant disregard for your own physical and emotional well being. A regular self care routine allows you to refill your well of creativity, recharge your physical, spiritual, and emotional batteries, be more productive in a shorter daily time frame, become a better goal setter, prioritize more effectively, refuel your confidence well, and boost your self respect. You'll no longer feel like you're spinning your wheels. You'll be healthier, happier, and more in love with your business than ever. In this webinar, we're going to look at 5 proven ways to fit self care back into your life. You don't have to practice all 5 of the suggestions I'm about to share with you, but keep an open mind as we explore them and consider how you can personalize and make at least one of these ways work for you. So, the first thing you can do in getting that self care together is journal every morning. There are supposedly two types of people: those who love journaling and those who don't. But then again, there are also those who don't realize they simply haven't discovered the right journaling option yet. Your learning preferences and other factors play a large part in your feelings about journaling. Sometimes, too, it's a case of having misconceptions or stuck perceptions about what journaling is and isn't. If you dislike journaling, check out the following reasons and see if any of these journaling beliefs apply to you. I don't have time. I hate writing and avoid it whenever possible. I mean to, but I always forget. I've started so many journals, but I always abandon them. This is too much like the work I do in my business. I counsel clients. This feels like counseling myself. Done effectively, journaling is nothing more nor less than simply making some notes about your day. What type of notes, what format, how lengthy, it's all up to you. Don't think about journaling as keeping a to do list. Instead, think of it as a positive keepsake of things that are important to you. Don't try to censor yourself and write in any style you like. A powerful journal can include compliments others pay to you, those really specific ones that provide validation, things that inspired you that day, tasks you forgot or remembered, insights or ideas you came up with, people or things you are grateful for. You can give your journal any type of focus or theme. For example, you may decide that what you really want to do is keep a gratitude journal, or perhaps you want to keep an ideals journal or a resources journal. But the best type of journal to start with is a simple, general journal until you figure out what you write most about and what means the most when you read your past entries several months later. So here's how to start. Spend 15 or 20 minutes each morning while you're drinking your coffee and just pour out your thoughts and dreams and goals onto the page. No format, no spell check, just free write. Scribble down whatever occurs to you and don't censor yourself. It's a far better use of your time than strolling through your Facebook feed. Doing this serves other functions. If you journal at the same time every day, you will create a habit. The longer you do this without interruption, the stronger your habit. It will help you discover your patterns and your preferences. For example, what do you like to journal about? What comes up frequently in your journal? How are you using it most frequently? As a to do list, as a place to jot down cool links, as a gratitude journal, a place to record specific and valid compliments that clients and followers pay you. Other forms of journaling. If you already record audio notes to yourself on your phone, then perhaps you want to keep an audio journal. If video media is easy for you, use your phone camera to keep a daily journal by videotaping yourself. You don't have to turn the camera on yourself if you don't want to. You can videotape scenery or notes you've made or items you're talking about. You can videotape making your morning smoothie or videotape your favorite meditation spot in the garden. And even if you do prefer written journaling, there are limitless types of written journaling apps, notebooks, and aids to choose from. For instance, there's the bullet journal for those who want a fast, written journaling system that doubles as a to-do list. Give journaling a fair trial. Done faithfully, it can improve your memory, increase creativity, help you retrieve and access ideas and information you might otherwise have forgotten, remind you what you have to be grateful for, act as a valuable reference, increase your emotional intelligence quotient, remind you of and inspire you towards your goals, help you keep accountability to yourself, create self discipline and new neural pathways, boost your self confidence and self respect. And remember, you don't have to make a huge time commitment to journaling. Here's a good tip: take it onto the most pleasant part of your day, your morning coffee, or your green smoothie, or just before your afternoon walk or nap. Even as little as 5 minutes of journaling a day can help you improve your quality of self care if done regularly and faithfully. All right, so we're on to number two, the second thing that you can add to your self care regimen, even if you think you don't have much time. Second thing you want to do is establish a quitting time and stick to it. Yes, I know that may be hard for a lot of us boss women, but establish a quitting time and stick to it. We spoke about the importance of consistency when journaling, especially the consistency of doing it at a specific time every day. One consistent habit you can add that is even easier to put into practice: create a specific quitting time for yourself every day, even if you only work 3 days a week. And believe me, there is nothing more luxurious than clocking off without guilt. That's what setting a consistent quitting time helps you to do. Decide, for example, that you'll power down your laptop every weekday at 7 p.m., no matter what. Then do it. Nothing in the online world is so critical that you have to work every minute of the day. Give yourself at least a couple hours in the evening to unwind and hang out with your family. If you have to start work earlier in the morning to do this, make it happen. Most of us achieve far more in the early hours of the morning than we do during the rest of the day. If you're a mother with young children, you probably already know this particular truth. That hour or two filled with silence when everyone else in the family is still snoring in bed can be absolutely golden for creativity and for getting things done. Of course, establishing a solid quitting time goes hand in glove with setting regular working hours. If your answer is that's not always possible, be sure you know why. Is it because genuine emergencies come up, or are these avoidable? Is there a faulty belief you're operating under that you could change? Are you suffering from reactivity and going along with everyone else's flow? Example: take the business owner who regularly allows clients to push the envelope on their meeting times. If you have 6 clients in a day and you plan to work 7 hours, that's a half an hour for lunch plus a half an hour to put out any fires. Read notes or make essential phone calls. It's essential to stick to those 1 hour time slots your clients book. Simple math isn't required for you to figure out what would happen if you let each client run 15, 20, or even 30 minutes over time. Not only will your schedule be thrown off, but the rest of your clients will have their schedules thrown out of balance too. It's clear that you want to do something about those types of sabotaging habits that you and your clients have gotten into if you're that business owner. Are you having problems saying no? Are you dealing with emotionally charged people who don't give you an opening to wrap things up? Can you see how this can be part of a bigger problem, one that affects all areas of your life? If you're having problems saying no to clients, does that mean you're also having problems saying no to your partner, your kids, distractions in your inbox and browser? Even if it's just one area of your life where boundaries are elastic, the ripple effect can have widespread consequences. This is actually the most common way this insidious little habit, not saying no to yourself or others, can impact your business life and put you in a burnout condition, if not an actual tailspin. Give yourself and your boundaries a tune up by downloading a good self help book. One I recommend is When I Say No, I Feel Guilty, and that's by Manuel J. Smith. When I Say No, I Feel Guilty. In his assertiveness Bill of Rights alone, within that book, it's a great reminder, really serves as a teaching tool, and is worth the price of the book, which you can also get in audio format through Audible, and you can listen to it when you're out and about. Another excellent book on assertiveness is Too Nice for Your Own Good by Duke Robinson. His book details 9 common mistakes, such as trying to be perfect, not saying what you want, taking on too much, and so forth. Both books are easy reads and great refreshers on assertiveness. Even if you don't have time to read right now, even if you feel there's no hope of cutting back on the hours you're putting in at this stage of your business, do yourself a huge favor and at least establish a cast in stone regular quitting time. That is one of the best steps you can take toward regaining control of your schedule and practicing healthy self care. All right, so we're just trekking on along. You already got 2 things you can put into your routine that doesn't require much time in making your self care a reality. And now we're on to point number 3. Clear your calendar. There's no need for you to have a client call 5 or 6 or even 7 days each week. Instead, set a schedule that allows you to have at least a couple of call-free days each week so you can regroup. And that goes for your team too. Another book to check out is Cal Newport's Deep Work: Rules for Focused Self-Care in a Distracted World. And again, this comes in audiobook format for those who only have time to listen while they drive or watch the kids in a hockey practice. In this book, Professor Newport cites many examples of top billionaires and business dynamos who understand the absolute imperative of shutting off and shutting down in order to let the creative wheel recharge. He goes on to talk about 2 distinct and very different styles of deep work: the monastic approach, where you literally retreat to a distraction-free environment rather than a monk in a mountains locked away from mankind, or the bimodal approach for those without luxury or inclination. The point is, clearing your calendar regularly and periodically is a central strategy for recharging your energy on all levels: spiritual, physical, mental. And it's a powerful self care strategy. If you can't lock yourself away from the world for one day to process your life, at least block off periods of time in your schedule. Don't just see clients 24/7. There's a ceiling to how much money you can make with this approach, and it will burn you out. Another unfortunate side effect of not clearing your calendar, necessary jobs pile up. You don't realize you haven't responded to that speaking engagement request. You put off doing your bookkeeping again. You know you're going to be scrambling at tax time, finding missing receipts, and trying to figure out what certain charges were for, but you do it anyway. You don't answer emails or follow up on opportunities to promote yourself or your business, all in the name of keeping busy and distracted every minute of your workday. Clearing your calendar allows you to think these things are and are not working in your business in a much more organic fashion. Taking a weekday off and holding up alone in the family cottage gives you time to really ponder issues you may have been ignoring. When it becomes a regular event, you look forward to it, kind of like Russian physiologist Ivan Pavlov's dogs, who began to salivate whenever they saw him. He made the connection that since he was the one who fed them, the mere sight of him made them anticipate eating. In the same way, with regular unplugged sessions, your subconscious will anticipate brainstorming, allowing creativity to come through and recharging. Note the emphasis on regular, however. Try to take one Pacific day per week, or even one morning or afternoon that's yours alone, completely unplugged. And take a notebook and pen with you, because I'm willing to bet that's the time when you'll find yourself remembering important things you need to take care of. Just note them, don't drop everything, and actually do them. Keep on being unplugged. You'll get ideas for new programs or products, new promotion ideals. You'll think up new JV offers and why they're likely to work. You'll realize where you're wasting your valuable billable time doing shallow tasks that you could easily delegate to a virtual assistant. You may find yourself making list of those tasks so you can delegate or outsource them when you get back to your office. But the key to making this work is not to plan it as a work session. Let the realizations, thoughts, and ideas flow. And in the meantime, enjoy your unplugged time. Plus, you can schedule these client free mornings or days to give your team a chance to regroup too. That way, there'll be no burnout anywhere on your team, and you'll be able to congratulate yourself when you see a powerful increase in productivity and well being. All right, we're knocking this on down. And as you could see, making self care a regular part of your routine, it is simple, easy, breezy. Many of these things we mentioned won't take up much of your time. And so here we are at number 4. We're knocking it on down. Meditate. Number 4 is meditate. Another way to recharge your batteries is learning how to meditate. It doesn't matter what your spiritual beliefs are. Meditation is something that everyone of every faith or a mindset can easily do. So if you haven't considered it before, give it a try. You can find meditation into your unplugged day or session. But an even more effective strategy is to fit it into your routine every day. Just 5 minutes of deep breathing and mindfulness before you kick off your busy workday can have a powerful effect on your concentration levels and creativity. Meditation involves stilling the insistent mind chatter, the sort that's the natural enemy to self care. True meditation is transformative, helping you to banish the mind chaos and develop clarity. And yes, deep breathing is a big part of that. More on that in a minute. Meditation is essential if you want to create a calm center. You might hear people say, in fact, you might be one of the people who say, I tried meditation, but I couldn't shut up my mental chatter. That's okay. That's the first step of learning to meditate, not trying to shut up the mental chatter. Instead, you explore it, note it, and turn back to centering yourself through your breath. Using a mantra, a word, or a phrase repeated over and over can help you shut out the mind chatter as well. Once you get into whatever state that works best for you, meditation allows you to uncover your mind patterns and figure out why these do and don't work for you. It allows you to harness them into a more positive form that actually helps instead of distracts. Meditation can be as simple as shutting your eyes and calming 5 minutes while you breathe deeply, or you can follow a particular style of meditation, like heart rhythm meditation, for example. Heart meditation is a modern technique strictly focusing on body health. A husband wife team developed this and they emphasize heart centered living. They zero in on breathing as the key to synchronizing the body's autonomous nervous system. It's a great technique for those who are uncomfortable with the spiritual aspect of meditation and for those who are focused on solving health problems, since meditation has undeniable health benefits. And another new form of meditation, which is mindfulness, it is so simple, ladies. It is also based on breathing, a comfortable seat, and learning to redirect distracted thoughts. There's a wonderful summary of it, what it is, and how to do it at mindful.org. Regardless of the type of meditation you embrace, when done properly, meditation has scientifically measurable mental and physical benefits like stress reduction, anxiety reduction, boosting your immunity, which I know is a hot topic right now, reducing insomnia, reducing high blood pressure, reducing inflammation. It improves your mental clarity. It increases your attention span. It increases your ability to focus and concentrate, encourages positive thinking, increases your alertness, and improves your well being. The bottom line is that learning to meditate successfully and repeating and reaping its benefits can be done in 5 minutes, ladies, at the daily, regular time of your choosing. That's literally all it takes, 5 minutes of your day, and you're going to see incredible mental and physical health benefits. So in this webinar, wow, you've already gotten 4 golden nuggets, things you could do to make self-care a part of your daily routine. I hope you're finding this information valuable. We're going to go on to the last thing you can do to make self-care a daily part of your life, even if you think you don't have time. The last step number 5, consciously avoid the negative. Another way you can practice self-care is to avoid anything negative. Naturally, this doesn't mean refusing to deal with unpleasant situations that you're responsible for handling. It doesn't mean sticking the fingers in your ear and singing la 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 when your daughter is showing you her twisted ankle. But it does mean you can take steps to reduce the bombardment of unnecessary negativity you face all the time. Here are 6 ways you can rid yourself of negative in your life starting right now. Stop reading, watching, listening to the news. It's set up to be sensational, dramatic, and somewhat controversial. While there are still dedicated journalists out there with integrity, much of the news being reported is salacious. The news media makes its living off heartbreak and disaster. It's one thing to want to be well informed, but you can do that easily without viewing the increasingly traumatic images being shared or listening to people talk endlessly in circles about the latest disaster. If you're the sort of person who's affected by heart-rending images, you don't need to see them in order to feel empathy. It's already there. Number 2, stop watching negative television shows. This can be addictive as sugar to horses, but they're not edifying. They deal with people being cruel to others, whether that's abusing them or simply sniping and griping on reality TV shows. Uplift your mood by finding shows that make you laugh or teach new things about the world around us. Third thing you can do to keep negativity out of your life, turn down invitations to hang out with your negative friends. This shouldn't be hard if you reflect on how you felt the last time you said yes. Negative friends are the ones who make you feel bad about yourself. They're friends who gripe or gossip about other people, friends who focus on failure or talk about poor me insistently. The end result is always the same. You leave feeling worse than when you arrive. When you do not start turning down invitations, it's important to remember that you do not owe them a reason. All you have to do is say, that's not going to work for me on Saturday, or even simply, no thanks. In fact, the less you say, the better. You've probably already noticed that if you feel you have to justify a refusal with a reason, they automatically start arguing until you give in. Sorry, I promised myself a writing day on Sunday. Oh, come on. All work and no play isn't good for anyone. It'll be fun. You can always work another day. Keep negative people out of your life. You don't need the Debbie Downers. Another thing, number 4, things you can do to help you get rid of the negativity out of your life. Unfollow the whiners on social media. Some entertain you, some tire you out. Neither is a valid reason for staying and wasting your time on negativity. It's been pointed out many times by the successful That where you focus your energy, you manifest. A popular Native a popular Native American parable illustrates this point perfectly. Paraphrase, it involves a grandfather who tells his grandson there are two wolves inside of people, perpetually battling each other. One that is good, kind, brave, trustworthy, and loving, and one that is weak, selfish, unkind, and a liar. The grandson asks, which wolf wins? The grandfather answers, the wolf you decide to feed. If you're stuck hanging out with negative people and whiners in real life or online, you're feeding the wrong wolf. Number 5, get negativity out of your life. Ditch the negative self talk. You also need to lose any negative messages you are giving yourself. You may not even realize you're doing this. Negative messages often echo from people from your past. Sadly, usually your own relatives, as well as teachers or toxic bosses. You may find yourself parroting withering phrases your mother repeated when you were growing up, or hearing a feared teacher's voice in your head. Whenever this happens, whenever you call yourself stupid or find yourself reinforcing negative messages from the past by saying things like, I can't do this, learn to reframe. Do it straight away, out loud, if possible. For example, if you habitually greet successful financial situations by instantly thinking, I'm so bad with money, correct yourself. Say something truthful with a positive slant like, I find it stressful when I forget to pay a bill, but I can easily fix that right now. Then figure out how and just do it. Sixth thing, to keep negativity out of your life, pay yourself compliments. Take it one step further and start saying nice things to yourself. Notice when you do something competently. It will feel strange or even a little silly at first, but you're the one who achieved something. Enjoy it. Finally, bring positive energy and people into your life to fill the void left by the negative people. And here are a couple things you can do to bring in the positive. Enjoy and acknowledge well deserved praise. When someone posts a glowing comment on your blog or your social media page, acknowledge it, even just with a simple thank you. Then take a moment to enjoy it. If you're journaling digitally, take a screenshot and put that in that day's journal. Better yet, make yourself a success diary and fill it with things like your favorite Pacific compliments, client acknowledgments, or testimonials, and positive comments from your blog or social feeds. Whenever you're feeling down, take out your success diary and enjoy rereading the comments that made you feel happy to be who you are and do what you do. Another thing to help bring that positivity in your life is doing something nice for others. Chances are you are all too familiar with this, but I'm thinking more of the concept of paying it forward. Do this as an internal homage to those who helped you. Pick a charity, volunteer your time, as well as your money. Mentor someone just starting out in your area of expertise. Give your team members swag or treat them out to lunch just because. Sponsor a child or a special needs adult for a summer camp. Contribute to a worthy cause in a meaningful way. These are just a few suggestions I'm sure you'll be able to think of even more that are personally meaningful to you. Be the person you want to be. Surround yourself with positive people, and you'll find yourself lifted to their level rather than dragged into yet another soul sucking conversation. Engage in activities that help, heal, and inspire. Open yourself up to fun and remember to relax. Before you know it, you'll love your life again and you won't have any more problems in taking a little time for healthy self care. It is my hope that you gain great, great value from today's free training session. If you thought this content was rich, you will be blown away working with me one on one in my wellness intensive, Reclaim Your Throne. The program only accepts 3 people every month. All the sessions are conducted online. The program lasts for 60 days with sessions occurring twice a month, lasting for an hour. The Wellness Intensive is designed for the woman who's ready to gain extra time through becoming laser focused on her goals and relinquishing those activities that do not align with those goals. By transforming your physical, emotional, and spiritual health, you will save tons of money by less trips to the doctor, prescription drugs, time off work, and so much more. As a transformed woman, you will experience happiness again, and stress will no longer control your life. You will finally reach your ideal weight so you can stop the roller coaster of diet. And when your body is looking good and feeling good, you will perform at your best. So you will see success in your career, in your business. Then you can finally have those meaningful relationships with your loved ones. If you're interested in getting this wellness intensive to qualify, let's have that conversation. Let's have that talk. And the best way to do that is to reach out to me. You can connect with me on Instagram or Facebook at Live Healthy for Life on both platforms and send me a message and we can find a time on my calendar. I'll send you my calendar link and we could find a time on my calendar to start that conversation. But this is for the woman who is ready to reclaim her throne. Yes, you may be the boss and you may be showing up to the world as I'm the go getter, but inside, you know that you feel empty inside. I can remember being there, just having that success in career, achieving all these national accolades, but neglecting myself. And that self neglect, eventually, you will pay for. Somewhere down the road, your body is going to turn on you. So, right now, today, decide that your health matters and that, yes, you are a priority. Let's start that conversation. As I mentioned, connect with me on social media, Instagram, Facebook, at Live Healthy for Life. I can't wait to connect with you. I can't wait to help you become that new woman that you are ready to be. I know it's just tinkering. That new person is just tinkering, ready to get out. I know you gained a lot of information in this free training seminar. Remember that You don't have to do all of these to get started. Just take one, get that one down, and build from there. Your self care matters, your health matters. As always, Cassandra Hill, your holistic wellness influencer, guiding you on that road to health and happiness. Until next time, stay blessed.